Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. Today's topic I want to discuss with you, can you have multiple life insurance policies? The correct answer is yes. And when you have multiple life insurance policies, you could actually make that the most effective route on both a maximum death benefit aspect and then also, most importantly, a cost efficient aspect as well. What do I mean by that? Well, one of the things you see in the middle of the screen is something entitled laddering strategies. If you go and let's say you have a couple of needs for life insurance, such as the number one need for any life insurance policy is going to be the death benefit aspect, which would protect an individual from dying too soon. So if they pass away, then we understand that there's going to be a death benefit, a lump sum death benefit that would get paid out to the individual's beneficiary to make sure that that person is now, receiving some sort of financial compensation that could correlate to a specific need. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say if somebody goes and you have a husband and wife, they're in their 20s or 30s, and they purchase a home for $500,000 mortgage. Well, with that situation, they want to make sure, one spouse wants to make sure that the other spouse is covered in case that they pass away. So in that situation, you could have a husband that would take out a $250,000, let's say it was a 30-year mortgage, $250,000 15-year policy, and also take out a $250,000 30-year policy. And the reason why we want to set it up that way is because initially they have $500,000 worth of death benefit, but after half of their mortgage is paid off, they're only going to have $250,000 left on the mortgage. God forbid something happens to that spouse, to the husband, then $250,000 is going to get paid out, to the beneficiary. But you don't have to pay for $500,000 worth of life insurance for all those 30 years. You could essentially restrict it or reduce that, at the 15-year mark. So this little process is known as a laddering strategy. You could do this with a couple of different variations. In this case, you would have two separate policies. The multiple life insurance policies are very important because maybe company A might offer the best $250,000 15-year term policy, and that's an entirely different company than company B that has the best rates for 250,000 30-year policy. It doesn't have to be the same exact company. So therefore, you'll have multiple life insurance policies in that example with two different carriers, or you could have two different policies with the same exact carrier. There's a couple different ways to do that. And in one aspect, if you were to go with the $500,000 30-year plan, that might have cost you a total of $20,000 for all of those years that you're placing into the plan, as opposed to the overall cost at through the laddering strategy plan might only be costing you $10,000. So we were able to reduce obviously the overall cost significantly because we were able to use multiple life insurance policies. So if we have a husband, let's say he's age 35, and then you have a wife that's age 30, and she wants to get set up in those similar type of plans, well, maybe you might have carrier C for $250,000 term policy would be the best for a female age 30 in good health, non-smoker, and then you have carrier D that might be the best for $250,000 30-year term. So now you have four, policies all set up within the life insurance under, that one household. So the mortgage is one aspect. You could have debt, you could have education, you could have income, making sure that there's income would still be provided to the other beneficiaries as if that person was still living. So there's so many different ways to set up life insurance plans, but the overall result, the overall takeaway is yes, you can have multiple life insurance policies, and it has to be whatever is most particular to your specific goals and which would be the best offerings from the best companies. Too many times you have advisors out there that they represent one company, and all they do is they'll sit down with you, they'll sit down in your kitchen, and they'll say, okay, based upon what your needs are, we've totaled that you need $500,000. I'm just using this really quick example, $500,000 worth of life insurance. And what they're going to do is they say, okay, this one company, we're the best, we're the safest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, all they're doing is they're making about themselves and they're making about their own company rather than making about your goals. So, you have to understand that you control the chips. You have hundreds of carriers out there per state, and then each carrier has their own slew of different contracts, different life insurance offerings. So that's something that we do very unique is we utilize something known as the Retire Sharp planning system that when you give us a call, we're able to confidently tell you, listen, we represent every single carrier out there in your particular area. So we're going to find out what your goals are most importantly, and then we're going to find the best company specific to your goals. If it's company XYZ as opposed to company ABC, that's going to be the recommendation that you're going to get. We're not going to be biased towards one company over the next. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our clients are satisfied and are happy. And then you're being set up with an A-rated carrier, so a company that's obviously not a fly-by-night company, because we want to make sure that these things are being paid out. God forbid there was a death to occur. But the overall thing is we want to use multiple life insurance policies. We want to make sure that it's going to reduce that cost as best way possible, and make sure that you're getting maximum death benefit coverage best way possible as well. Another thing is we want to make sure that if it's going to take term life insurance to accomplish that goal, then you go 100% term life insurance, maybe permanent life insurance that you want to make sure that you're leaving more of a legacy of a inheritance regardless of whenever you pass away. So then maybe a permanent policy is going to be, your ideal fit. So the takeaway with this, if you have any questions, if you're interested in getting quotes and getting set up with life insurance plans in your area, simply give our 1-800 number a call. It's 1-800-566-1002. Because of the national volume that we do receive on a daily basis, we have 24/7 customer service where anytime you give us a call, it could be Saturdays, Sundays, nights, mornings, weekends, whatever it is, we'll have a specialist standing by ready to help you out and show you the unbiased results of what was going to be best for your specific goals, to you and your specific goals. And then we'll show you the top 3 carriers for each so that you could, if you have a good feeling with one carrier over the next, we could explain the different, the financial backing of these companies and, the ratings of these companies, etc. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure if you're placing dollars, if you have a goal, a need for life insurance, that you're placing the smallest amount of dollars for that need and you're getting the highest quality in the back end. These are one of the reasons why we are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. We've always had very good reviews. We've never had complaints. That's because of our methodical process trying to help out individuals on a daily basis. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Retire Sharp, so you can have access to the most updated videos. Thanks so much, guys.